said, roar X3, so it's true love at first sight. Throw out my candy bracelets, now I'm headed to class. I'm still 20%, so get your head out your ass. I'm the antonym of the internet, still cleaning up the viruses that you had left. I think I'm falling in.
Alrighty, so we're gonna have a moment while I try and get this done, because this has been downloading really slow and I have no idea why. It's not even 100 gigs, it's 29 gigs, and I put it on almost an hour ago. Actually, no, over an hour ago. And it's still freaking downloading. Hello, assembly. So we're gonna have to wait a sec while this freaking thing downloads, because I don't know why. But hey, let's chat while we're here. While we're here, we can chat while Beast of Reincarnation downloads. Already off to an auspicious start, wouldn't you say? I'm trying to see if I have like another like quickly pop up game I have available, like something I could just like put on. But yeah, so I have been busy with stuff. I've been continuing to work on the new banner thumbnail. I have been looking into Godot stuff with like how to make chess, trying to make that little chaos chess game we talked about. And I've also been just working on some things, general other stuff, such as things for the NeoCities page. I still have that like homepage image I need to work on, which I'm kind of working on in tandem with the banner because they're very similar. And a lot of the things I'm drawing there, I can kind of like do with the other one as well, or replicate in a slightly different manner, right? You know, like the desk or whatever. So both of those are pretty prevalent right now. Worked a bit on the Voice of the Peace document. That's been coming around very well. I'm excited about that, actually. It's gonna be fun to actually like having like, you know, yeah, I know it's just like a third party, right? It's just like a homebrew World of Darkness thing for Mage 20th, but it's still really cool. And I feel like it also fits Mage Revised because 20th is really compatible with stuff. Oh, what else? Oh, also, I've been double checking everything to make sure the Foundry thing is still going to be well for when we do that. I actually have like a few cool things I might want to show you at one point, but we'll have to get to that another time. Right now, we're just waiting for goddamn thing to download. Like, holy shit, I have fiber. Why is it downloading at 32 megabytes per second? What the hell is this download speed? And I need to understand, this wasn't a download speed it was at when I was like just right now. I know I have OBS running right now, right? Because that could easily reduce its speed, but it's not. It was doing this earlier. And it's not that my hard drive can't install it. My installation rate is comparable, right, to the download speed. It'll boost up to like 220. So it's boosted up to like 10 times the speed at one point. And it's just not doing that anymore. I have no idea why. My disk usage is often higher than my network speed, so it's something about my network download speed. And I thought it would be fine because it was downloading at like 100 megabytes per second. I thought it would be downloading like a few minutes while I went to go eat. But then I came back and it was so slow and I'm like, well, it's already halfway downloaded. I can't just clear the cache and hope that it downloads faster, because if it doesn't do that, then I'm not going to be able to do it for like another hour. I wish I could pull up Dragon Kisser, but I'm really worried that if I start playing... You know what? Let's pull up Dragon Kisser while we're doing it. Let's see. I should have it enabled. It should be enabled to allow for games to play while it's downloading. I'm going to double check it. I'm actually going to use OBS for this, because I want to do something, right, while we wait. Apparently Dragon Kisser got some updates. And I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to try and, let's see, let's put the game capture up in front like this. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do this, and we're going to kind of like fudge this a bit, right? We're going to kind of like fudge this a bit. Okay. And there. Now I can see the download speed right up there at the top. But we can still do something while we're waiting. So we don't have to just like sit here. So let's see what they've changed. I'm actually curious, because it got an update, and apparently they did like a bunch of bug fixes, and they did some just general quality of life improvements. So I'm curious as to what exactly they've done. I know anybody who clicks on this is gonna be so confused. But if you're wondering, it's just Steam is just not letting me download quickly. I really, really do wish I were using OBS. Not OBS. Oh, we're doing this, I guess? Howdy. Yeah, sorry. We're waiting for Beast of Reincarnation to download. It's in the top of the bar. For some reason, it's been downloading just, like, insanely slowly. For no reason. And Dragon Kisser got some updates today, which is why I noticed it and why it was, like, here. Because I saw it available. It got some, you know, got some basic updates. And I was like, okay, cool. That's awesome. So we're going to do this while we wait. Let's go. We shall present tap dancing. All right. Doo-doo. Okay. Oh, I messed that up already. Oh well. Yes.
Well, you certainly are bold.
Certainly are bold. You certainly are bold. It literally playing this again, right, after we did the other games, really does, like, hammer it. By the way, she actually is attentive. The way she is actually attentive cracks me up. I know, right? The way she's actually willing to pause from, like, her village destruction rampage to watch as this random rooster guy dances for her. Gotta be funny. Whoa. Uh-oh, wow. I got hammered. Oh no. Are you a glass half full or glass half empty kind of guy? My heart is too full for such small talk. And that her expression is soft and curious on top of that. Yeah, again, animators do a good job with Dragon. Like, I think we mentioned this, right, when we first played this game? But the animators really, this really does, like, come off as an animator's kind of game, right? Because I mean, you could just feel it, right? The passion they had for just animating the shit out of this dragon. Oof. My heart burns. Honestly, he gives me Puss in Boots energy. He gives me serious Puss in Boots energy. My God, that download speed is just, like, insanely pathetic. For reference, I have fiber internet. I get over a gigabyte speed. And it's not, like, I don't have problems with, like, anything other than Steam. It's not always. Sometimes Steam will download it really quickly, and other times it just won't. Maybe Dino Blade Tree will not be the worst idea for this game. You mean, like, just turn the animations into, like, a full game? I mean, that's basically what this is. It's an animation project first and foremost. This is like a graduation product for like a class of animation students. They release one at the end of every year. It's supposed to be like a group class project or something like that.
Fabulous.
Getting excellent. Oh yeah, so they add some achievements for the mini games. That's nice. Little extra touches. I see you're still alive. Again, I like that you can dash and like do like some of the little moves in the cutscene. Please, Beast of Reincarnation. Beast of Reincarnation really is not off to a great start with me. The download speed has been, like, atrocious, and I'm trying to stay away from any news on it, right? But, like, it's hard to avoid going to the Steam page and seeing that mixed reviews thing in yellow text. Yeah, but, you know, build a larger game around that. I'd still appreciate. But Dino Blade is something I'll be going back to. That's a sick game being game, yeah. Medanya. Oh, we gotta clink the glasses.
Fire conquers poultry.
Alright.
Well.
Yeah, I get it. Oh, come on, Beast of Reincarnation. And what's worse, I'm really excited about it. Not even just because it's Gamefreak, but because, like, I've seen the trailers, and I've seen, like, the art style, and I really like the world it seems to be building. This kind of, like, destroyed, ruined world with various, like, you know, Kami-esque creatures. A real emphasis on, like, plant life overrunning humanity, which I've always been a really big sucker for that kind of apocalyptic, nature reclaims urban areas vibe. Like, that entire, like, aesthetic is a huge, like, inspiration for that dragon apocalypse world I want to do. That kind of like the modern world has fallen to ruin, right? And and the plants have like overgrown atop the buildings. You know, vines breaking through the concrete, trees bursting through the roads, bridges still upright, right? Because they're made of concrete, but halfway collapsed. Dams slowly cracking or flooded entire areas. And you can just see the ruin of humanity. Burnt out nuclear facilities, some of which managed to shut themselves off due to safety procedures, whereas others have not, and the entire area around them is dead and destroyed. A blackened sore on this new garden. I don't know, something about that vibe, right? That aesthetic of what happens if everyone on Earth vanishes. I think the first time I was exposed to it actually was when Mad Axe Fallout kind of dug myself. World is over undeniable. I can dance in nuclear flames and such. Yeah. I mean, I think the first time I really saw that aesthetic, like a huge amount, was with, it was like a Discovery Channel thing back when the Discovery Channel was like getting into its weird phase. You know, when they were kind of doing Discovery-ish stuff, but also just like doing conspiracy theorist nonsense. And it was basically a simulation of what would happen if everyone on Earth vanished. Like, going through how the world would, like, all our infrastructure would break apart. How nature would reclaim everything. I thought it was really cool. Oh, right, I'm sorry, wrong ring finger, Wrong finger, not the ring finger. I'm terrible at that. That minigame is like the bane of my existence. It should be the easiest one, too, because once you know how to move the ring, it should be really easy to do. But I always get the ring finger wrong. Ow. Seriously? Ugh. There we go. Alright. Other finger. We should be good now. Come on. Got it. There we go.
I will say you sure are.
Yeah, I get the vibe of Fallout. Don't get me wrong. Fallout has a very distinctive vibe. And I think Fallout's vibe really does work for it a lot. Yeah, no wonder Horizon has tickled your fancy then. Yes, I know, right? Even with everyone complaining about this game is begging to many bad tropes in gaming, yeah, I can see it myself now. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is the kind of, that's part of the reason I like Horizon. I also just think robot dinosaurs are cool. Okay? I don't think that's like that's something I really need to explain a ton. Robot dinosaurs are just cool. Oof. Lower my meter. Seriously, I was supposed to be a Beast of Reincarnation stream. I feel like I should have just downloaded Legend of Korra, because at least Legend of Korra, or not Legend of Korra, the Avatar fighting game, because at least that would have probably been a lower file size.
That was pretty metal.
Womp womp womp. Alright, let me check on it now. I'm gonna check on it real quick. I don't think it's almost done. Oh my gods, what is with this? Like, it got back up. I want to zoom out on this real quick. Is there a way to zoom out on this? There is not a good way to zoom out on this. What the ever-loving... You have 3 gigabytes to download. Steam, stop. All right, let me go to the settings here. I want to check the settings. My download speed is not limited. No, I have to... oh my gods. I have to restart to do a download region change. Maybe my region? Oh. I might need to clear my cache or something. I have no idea why this is taking so long. It's ridiculous. Like, it's a 30 gigabyte game. I'm not trying to download, like, Call of Duty or anything. God, I've heard horror stories about that. Especially when, like, it first gets released, right? And everybody's all trying to download it all at once. I've heard that Call of Duty downloads can take a while. Thankfully, I don't play games like that. I don't really play Call of Duty at all. So I don't have to worry about any of that that noise. Whoa. I can't jump. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, no wonder. I can't unsee it myself. Yeah. Again, Horizon is a really solid game, though. I have been a big fan of Horizon Zero Dawn, ever since I first saw it. Yes, a man of culture. Call of Duty's whatever happens when GTA gets released, but somehow 100 times 100, which is beyond ridiculous. Yeah. I personally never understood the fascination with Call of Duty, especially with like how long people get into it. But then again, I'm not the kind of person who plays like a single game constantly with every updated release forever. Like even the Dark Souls series, like it doesn't release every year, and if Miyazaki was releasing a new Dark Souls every year, I would be too exhausted by them to play. Part of the joy and part of the frustration that Dustbloods is going to bring is that I'm not going to play it, and it's the first thing he's done in a while. Right? It's not like immediate.
I will say you sure are dedicated, obsessed as you should be.
Oof. Alright, buying Call of Duty yearly is the point equivalent of paying to play World of Warcraft. I love zombies, though. Like, at least World of Warcraft, though, has, like, the mild excuse of, like, constant updates. You know? Like, World of Warcraft, for as much as shit as I can give it, like, the MMOs are not simple. They are immensely huge games with actual content. Now, whether that content's fun or not is up to debate. But, like, you can't really say that the hours, like, the amount of unique content that's not just, like, multiplayer, you know, competitive, like, matches in the same, like, 5 places, because most of the time there are, like, 4 maps everybody likes, is the same as, like, entire new regions of MMO content. I mean, that's just because I'm more of an RPG person than a shooter person, but I see World of Warcraft, for as frustrating as I find MMOs, especially now, I used to play an MMO. I didn't play for a long period of time, but I get, like, subscribing to an MMO for a bit. I've done it with several of them. Wizards 101, World of Warcraft, and I have also played Call of Duty, so I've done both, right? Maybe it's that I personally prefer RPGs, but that's why COD gets yearly, and you can bounce from World War political thriller to sci-fi, the whole thing. For me, it's only zombies in the first 2 CODs, yeah. Well, that's the other thing, too, like, at least World of Warcraft doesn't have people, like, fractured between all the different versions. Well, they didn't, and then they did Classic. That's a different story, I suppose. It's also a thing, but, like, that's more of, like, the remaster territory. We're not gonna get into that whole biz right now. Alright, hopefully we can do, like, hopefully we can get this dragon, and then we can hop into Beasts of Creation, because, oh my, I cannot understand why it's taking so long to download. What else? What else have I been up to, though, lately? What else have I been up to? Well, I have been continuing to work on the banner, so that's cool. I showed off the feathers. Oh, man. Okay, so I'm not sure if Assembly's seen this. Assembly, have you seen the thing I posted in the Dragon Art channel, on the Discord channel, where I showed off the feathers for Julius? I've gotten pretty good at doing feathers in, like, pretty low res, right? I'd say that's pretty low resolution. I think they came out really well. It's like his little feather mane. Yeah, I saw it. I like how they came out. It came out very simple. I'm getting good at, like, working with, like, 1 or 2 pixels. Like, a lot of the times I had to use, like, 3 pixels to show, like, a little gap in the feather. You know, when you're doing, like, a feather, you'll have, like, the little slits that show how, like, it's layering, like, little bristles. Oh, I think I failed that one. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. I would say doing detail work till soon. Well, yeah, I'm mostly doing that with Julius, and it is definitely that. I kind of wanted to see how it would look, though, is the thing. I wanted to know if I could, like, do a feather mane for him at that scale, and I think that's fine. I actually haven't done the rest, because I'm going to do the rest of it more stripped down. I've got the outline for Toothless done. I'm working on the outline for Temeraire. I'm going to redo the wings on the dragon, because I think that the wings are, like, a little awkward pointed, so I'm going to have them kind of pointed towards, you know, kind of fanned, essentially. So I've redrawn some outlines there. I'm also, the main things I need to work on now is the Bloodborne character, the chairs they're sitting in, the Knight character from Dark Souls, Marcy, Ghost, and Spyro. And then after that, I'm going to add in the outlines. And once I have a decent outline for those things, I'm going to work on adding an outline for the twins, Nicobolus and Ugin, of course. And those are the main dragons I'm going to add. And then I'm going to see how all of those looking on there looks as I start to, like, do basic shading. The Julia stuff is pretty, like, simple right now. But it's just the main. I'm not doing all the detailing. I haven't even done, like, the little weird crest thing I've seen in some of the official art for him. I just wanted to see how the feathers would look at that low resolution, and if I was able to do it. Alright. Yeah, again, it is definitely doing detail work too soon. 100%. But I did want to know if I could do them. One hell of a draconic gathering. Oh, and this is just the dragons I have available right now. One of the really cool things, though, is if I can get the whole thing working... Oh my gods. I am failing this. I am bad. Oh my god, does this get harder? Or have I just gotten worse? Oof. How is she also like that? I missed so many of those. I missed so many of those. How'd she like that? Alright, and that is still freaking going! Dear gods, I might actually beat this entire game again in the time it takes for this to finish its last, like, 3 gigabytes of download, which would be insane. Oh my gods. We'll see. Oh! I've also seen the new Avatar movie. It's yeah. I think this is a weird thing for me to say because I usually don't care much about this. I think it's a bit too much fan service. And it's like really weird because I don't think I've had an issue with that in many things. But I think that, I really do think that the Avatar movie is not only a bit bland, and Korra kind of makes it obvious that this is going to fail. But I also think it's like very fan servicey. And I think that because of one moment in particular. So you know how, like, the moon and ocean spirits were, like, very removed, even though they lived in the human world, right? They're just the koi fish swirling around their endless pattern. They are not, like, active spirits that do a lot in the world. The only reason the ocean spirit helped them fight the Fire Nation was because, you know, they killed the moon spirit. It was like nature's wrath, like Lovecraftian horror emerging to punish the Fire Nation for their hubris to dare slaughter such an important celestial body. In the movie, Aang just is like, we need to get to the spirit world. I better call up my friend, the ocean spirit, and the weird ocean fish, which I thought it could only do with the avatar as a conduit or something, just appears in the ocean and opens its mouth and lets them go to the spirit world. And I'm like, the frick? Why? Why was this a thing? Like, you've had Aang go to the spirit world before. There are other spirits. You could have asked Heibai. Heibai is willing to do you favors. Heibai is willing to do you plenty of favors. He could help bring your friends and you into the spirit world. It was just weird.
That is tempting.
It was just this, like, really weird moment in the movie. Like, I don't even mind the whole, oh, you obviously were not going to bring the air nomads back. You know, because, duh. You know, obviously, right? Like, Korra's whole 3rd season was about the air nomads being restored. Tenzin's entire character was about how he reacts to being the last airbender now that Aang is dead and he really is, like, on his own without his dad. And he has to, you know, has to shoulder that whole burden. So, of course the spirit item, of course the magic spirit spear is actually not going to be able to get people bending, or it's going to be able to give people bending, but, like, they'll all lose it when it breaks, or maybe it's corrupted, or maybe it was a trap, or maybe it was, you know, misinterpretation. And yes, I'm not going to spoil what exactly happens, but it does kind of play out like that, right? All the airbending goes away from the few people who got it. Aang is the last airbender again. Reset. Now begin Korra. And I don't hate the movie. Like, animation-wise, it is gorgeous. This might actually be the best Avatar as a series has ever looked. Like, period. Avatar looks really good. In the Avatar Aang movie, it looks really good. The animation is smooth and crisp. Honestly, the Toph, every moment where Toph is like on screen is just fantastic. Katara, Aang, Sokka, they all just move so much more fluidly than a TV show. And I used to call this like movie effect when I was younger, where it was like you'd look at a clip of a movie and immediately know it was a movie because and I know that as an adult, like it's because all the shortcuts they take, right, to get animation out quick enough for it to be on TV aren't taken. All right, let's see where we are at with this. You know, and your mind picks up on that. It really does. Okay, Beast of Reincarnation is done. We are good to go, everybody. That is perfect. Wow, that worked out perfectly. Let's go with Beast of Reincarnation, then. Let's see what Gamefreak has got for us here on this fine day. All right. Switching to game capture mode. We're going to capture any full screen application. And it is currently about to start running. We'll see what happens. Oh, there we are. Let's go ahead and scale this. One second, I'm scaling this real quick. But yeah, so the Avatar movie is actually pretty good. I don't think it's great. It's very, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say anime fillery because someone else already used that. And I don't like ripping off someone else's, like, you know, like somebody else I already watched a video where somebody was talking about it briefly and they're like, just like our initial impressions, and they were like, oh, it feels like a filler episode of anime. I'm like, damn it, that is what it feels like. I wish I hadn't watched that because now I had to, you know, mention that. But I will say it does feel that way. It does feel that way. Where it feels like nothing here is supposed to matter. We're focusing mostly on new characters that are being introduced because it feels like the character development of the other characters stunted. And there are several glaring story issues that I find a lot more annoying. There's this whole point where, like, the airbender they find, you know, the ancient air master, they find frozen in ice. You can guess where that character arc is going. But there's this whole moment where he's like, you don't understand what it is like for me and Aang. And he's talking to Katara. And Katara just goes, Aang understands. And I'm like, Katara, girl, you have an entire backstory. DOS Dragon was kissed and they destroyed the village and lived happily ever after. Yes, that is actually what happened. They destroyed the village and lived happily ever after. But let's go performance. I don't want to cut down things. But yeah, there's a whole thing where she has the ability to say, actually, no, I was the last water tribe of the southern tribe, because the Fire Nation slaughtered all of the other waterbenders, and my own mother, who wasn't a waterbender, had to sacrifice herself to just give me enough time to escape. And it could have been a really good moment to, like, refute his points that he was making. And the show just doesn't do it, and the movie just doesn't do that. And it feels like they had something really easily set up there, where Katara could, like, be her character, right? The last waterbender of the Southern Tribe. That's, like, a major thing for her. And she's encountering this other character who's now been thrown, like, 1,000 years of the future into a world where the air nomads are just dead. And she doesn't bring it up at all. She brings up Aang's thing. Like, actually, Aang gets it. Aang gets it. Original Avatar was about running away from responsibility, growing up for redemption and family. Anything following that up is to try really hard not to feel hollow. Yeah, and it also felt like they were kind of... Oh my gosh, my wing is, like, cool to begin with. It's a very pretty movie. If you're just looking to see some awesome Avatar fight scenes, it actually delivers very well, I would say. I'm going to go ahead and reset this before we get this all really, really started. If you're just looking for some pretty animation, let's put it this way. You're going to clip some things out of this. You're going to be like, oh yeah, that looks awesome. That's fine. That's cool. But I was hoping they would at least, like, I don't know, do something. Again, part of it's the premise. I feel like the whole finding another airbender in the ice was interesting as an idea, but the main premise is finding this ancient spirit staff, which has the power to grant people airbending. And I immediately checked out of the plot at that point, because I'm like, I can guess like the 3 different plot points you're probably doing. And I know you're not doing one of them, and then, like, the other 2, okay, so this guy's either evil or he's not. and the staff is either corrupted or he's evil and going to corrupt the staff. And it's not going to work right, or maybe it's just like a spirit amplifier and the other avatar knew energy bending and the lion turtle for helping. There's no way she's the one thing I knew though, right, is that there's no way airbending is coming back. So this entire journey has to be about reconnecting with this guy, and this guy is giving so many warning flags that I can't see that he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna get a heroic sacrifice, if you know what I mean. So, we'll be in the miasma in 3 minutes. Okay, what do we got here? I have to go. Stop here and don't move. Pretty game. Halting movement. Alright. Bro, when I watched Power Rangers growing up, I always left during the fight scenes. I'm here for the greater themes. Yeah, there's not really any greater themes to be had here. There are not really many greater themes to be had here. Which is sad, because there's like a really cool setup with the ancient air nomads. But it's just like, the goal of the characters is so obviously not happening that there's no way to get invested in it. I actually really liked the idea that they have this whole thing where like originally the air nomads had like a central city and they acted as like peacekeepers helping the avatar, right? But they were always the fewest in numbers. Personally gonna pass on this one, it's too expensive. Like I said, it's hard to make spin-off material be really cool and then have something conclusive as Avatar. Yeah. Especially if you're trying to do it with Aang, right? Like, if you want to do it with a new Avatar, go ahead. Every Avatar's journey is going to be different. I think Korra, for all the faults Korra had, I think Korra is actually really good in retrospect. Korra is, I think, it's not episodic, which was a bit of a thing, and I do hope the new one does do, ooh, yeah. Okay, a lot of cinematic here. I like the little axolotls with flowers on their back. It's kind of cool. Reach the in 30 seconds. Would you like a countdown? Fine, I can already see clearly. Keep your distance from Kagura. I gotta admit, this game is a very pretty game. I do love its whole ruined world art style. We're fighting on like a highway or something? Oh, I can... Oh, okay, so this is like the partially turn-based thing. So I build up stuff for him. So you jump from, like... Okay, so I build up abilities to do stuff. Oh, we're, like, leaving flower... There's, like, flowers bursting out of the ground behind us. That's cool. I like this game. It's cool looking. But yeah. I think Korra is really good. But it's not episodic, and I know Coden Assembly in particular has mentioned that he would prefer it to have been episodic. He had a hard time getting into it. Korra also has a very rough season 2 that you can't entirely ignore. Like, Korra season 3 is like on par with some of the best stuff in Avatar, I think. But season 2 is easily the worst thing in Avatar, which is saying not much actually, because like I guess it is saying a lot, but it's not saying a ton because there aren't a ton of bad things in Avatar. Oh, okay, we do like... Oh, because we have a vine, grappling hook, and a crossbow. Cool. We have a little, like, mini assault crossbow. Nice. Oh, wow, we're up to 8 people. Hello, everybody. Oh, can we, like... Hey, Bonnie Seeds. Oh. Okay, so we're trying to, like, bounce between the turn-based and... It's sort of like I think it's like a Kingdom Hearts-esque effect. Okay, so we've got like the action RPG side, right? With parrying and nice slashing. But we are trying to also do turn-based stuff with our doggo companion. Nishi lurks further in. We have no choice but to advance. We have a weird spirit girl. I have no idea what's happening right now plot-wise. We're clearly assaulting some sort of, like, infestation of whatever this, like, demonic invasion is, right? Ooh, nice. Finish her, Sakura. Yes! Okay, we're definitely really powerful right now. to the Nushi's lair has opened. I'm assuming this is like the boss monster. That camera angle was weird. Wow, we're up to like 10 people. Holy shit. I think we just reached double digits, everybody. Shido. I see you come. Very anime. Let's go. For a Game Freak, this looks interesting. Still though, so far it looks pretty standard. Yeah, but it has an interesting vibe to it. Sort of like how God, what was the Obsidian one, right? Avowed. Avowed's a pretty basic action RPG, like Skyrim-esque. But it does have a very, very distinctive art style. It means Full Day Stream Spyro is coming. I mean, we gotta get a few of these in a row, but you're not wrong. We can keep that number up. We might get like a full day of Spyro. Good gods, I'm gonna have to pencil in like a weekend for Spyro. That would be amazing. It's like when I am 6 episodes into the first season. I have not seen one satisfying arc, beginning, middle, end. I kind of check out. Yeah, the thing with Korra is she seems to start. I've heard a lot of people call Korra Mary Sue. She's not. Korra gets her ass kicked so much, and she has actual legitimate issues that can't be solved with what she's good at, which is violence. There's actually a really interesting thing. I've been watching a lot of like Korra analysis recently, and one thing I've had pointed out to me is that at the beginning of the series, she jumps into using violence as like her first thing, right? She beats up thugs on the street, she challenges Amon in a very reckless and direct manner, and by the fourth season has its own problems with the mech. We're not talking about that. I'm not getting into the mech right now. But there's this whole thing with Kuvira, which is very good, and I do like Kuvira as a villain, where Korra is like, She's been through the ringer, especially after season 3, and although she is still pretty powerful, she's not up to full snuff anymore, and she also just has like, she's tired of using violence. She is starting to grow beyond it as a medium for peace. And so when she does to Kuvira, she's not immediately challenging her like Amon. She actually asks Kuvira to come to the table and negotiate. We can work this out. We don't need to go and fight. We do not need to fight. I will fight you to defend this place if I have to, but I do not wish us to fight. We do not have to be enemies. We can talk about this. Which, for her, right, as the I'm the Avatar, deal with it kid, was huge character growth, especially in Season 3, where she had to grapple with a lot of stuff like the Earth Queen and Zahir, and nearly dying. Like, dying. Like, Avatar no more dying. Korra went through some shit. But she's also very, like, good at what she does. She made some hard decisions. Season 2, one of the more interesting things with Season 2 is that she decided to keep the spirit worlds open, because it's revealed the old, Avatar Wong made a promise that one day the spirits would be allowed to walk among humanity once more. And previous Avatars just never did that, which is so weird. But Korra is like, yeah, that's wrong. How's the new outfit treating you? It seems durable. A knife for craftsmanship. Is that the dog talking? Is our dog talking, or are we getting someone in our like ear? Time to find and defeat the Nushi. Given the concentration of blight, I would say so. The Nushi is probably like a focus or a source of the blight, right? It's probably an origin source for this stuff. Kiryu, Dragon of Dojima. Yeah, the thing with Korra is that each season is an entire arc. There aren't a lot of, like, mini arcs throughout the show. You have to kind of get through a full season to do it. Also, Season 1 is a bit shaky. It does have some interesting themes, but it doesn't fully explore them. Especially when it comes to the Equalists. It does a pretty good job of bringing up Amon and bringing up the Equalists, like, actual grievances, but it doesn't, like, their movement kind of just falls apart in later seasons instead of being, like, an actual problem that sticks around. And, okay, so we can acquire some skills. And, Season 2 is just kind of a mess. Like, it starts to explore things like how progress can lead to cultural degradation, and how that can be used as a justification for things that aren't not necessarily justifiable. Alright, I don't have any skill points right now. Although it says I have skill points. Oh, I have skill points for Doggo. I have Doggo skill points. Cast multiple Higanbana blooms. I do like that we basically have Amaterasu as like a pet companion. That's kind of cute. Alright, so we're getting skill points for both of us. Alright. And don't you hear him? It's Kiryu's voice. Oh my gosh, that is Kiryu's voice actor. I've heard him in others. Oh my gosh, that is him. I think you're right. Is Doggo playable? Yes, Doggo is my. We are playing both characters. See, he does turn-based stuff. I activate my Doggo to do turn-based abilities, and I build up turn-based abilities by you know, attacking and doing melee stuff with my swordswoman character. Oh god, it's gonna be one of those games where me collecting materials for crafting. Oof. Alright, well, let's get into it. I will say, this game, also the spider lilies, that's not ominous at all. All the spider lilies everywhere is not ominous at all. Can you switch on Doggo, though? No, we can't play full-on Doggo mode, unfortunately. He's just a turn-based guy, it looks like. So we've got little robots. Some of them are quite human-looking. Are you a purifier? No, we can't switch to Doggo, unfortunately. I know, it's a shame. I would have kind of liked it if we could have swapped between who's like real-time action and who's turn-based. That would be kind of awesome. I heard one broke the blockade. You're just passing through to the next zone. It's a rusted golem. Once I defeat the Nushi. So, there's definitely some more plant-based apocalypse that happened, right? And it's definitely caused a breakdown on civilization where most people are like travelers now because, and I'm guessing that the reason for that, right, is that these blight clouds pop up and only ask that you avenge us. And that they like wipe out entire towns. So like settling one place can be dangerous, right? Because you get a Nushi pops up and the blight spreads. Head for the subsidy, you find the foreman. There are a lot of robots though. Also the camera be misbehaving a lot. Oh. Alright, I need parry. Okay. Got him. Blue March. And Balam. Basically, we can go into Pokemon mode every once in a while. So we essentially swap from Dark Souls style combat to Pokemon mode. What is going on with this movement? Okay, come on. Let me move. I can't move my character. Oh, I have to use a... Sorry, I have to use a stim pack before I'm allowed to move again. This is reminding me of some of the Ubisoft games, honestly. But I'm gonna give it a fair shake. I do like the world. I think the design of this world is giving me serious, like, you know, eco post-apocalypse vibes. Also, oh, that's such a cool double jump. This is such a so we got Doggo Vojva, the Dragon of Dojima, with Side Hustle of Reading Gaui. This is such a cool double jump. We make a little plant vine and jump off it. That is, I love that. The designers of this game, like the art team for this game, definitely had fun. You can just tell. You can tell the art team had fun. Oh, that's cool. Oh, one of the robots has gone rogue, I guess. Destructive attacks against golems will break their sphere. So we've got really like a kind of multi-damage type thing going on with... Purifier Soul is active. No idea what that means. Alright, are we looking for destructive attacks? I guess roots? Okay, and critical it. Doggo, voiced by the Dragon of Dojima, is awesome. I think, is that a Bloodborne style rally? Wait, did I regain health after attacking that guy? Do we have like a Bloodborne style rally system? I really do like this. I'm also getting weird Guilty Crown vibes. I have no idea why. Did Sawano work on this music? Wait, the grappling hook is literally just our hair? Oh, I fell to my death. Alright, so... Oh, the vines are literally our hair. So we must have the same, like, root infection or whatever that our dog has. Like, you'll notice how, like, our dog has, like, the vine tail. So I'm guessing, like, whatever kind of plant infection did that to the dog, did it to us. How's our bit rate? Let's see. My bit rate might be getting wrecked. I have no idea. Is it bad? I can't tell. Let's see. Current bit rate is, oof, not optimal. Let's see, stream health. It's higher than the recommended bit rate, so it looks like I'm streaming at a pretty high bit rate. I actually don't know a lot about whether that's bad or not. I think I'm gonna level up because we've done some stuff. All right, so we only have like 3 attributes, which is kind of crazy. So it's very much a focused combat system. Yeah, I mean, I've already heard the whole Dragon of Dojima doing yaoi voice acting before. I remember hearing something about that from someone. I think it was someone at work who's like a fan of Yakuza. All right, so we have 2 skill points. Not enough for anything, really. It doesn't look like. Needs 8. Needs 8. They have me bring up this menu, and I don't think I can even upgrade anything. I do like the music, though. It fits very nicely. Can you still hear me? I've checked it. I don't think the doggo is Dragon of Dojima. I think the Dragon of Dojima is whoever we're doing comms with. I don't think it's the doggo. Here's the sunsets. The forest and the horrors that roam within are beyond our current understanding. Stay alert, don't let anything creep. Just want to make sure it wasn't me. Yeah, it might just be OBS right now. Also, again, I know this game is like, you know, not like perfect, but man, I do really like the designs. Little blossoms budding on the back of this like giant beefy deer. I wonder if I can like target those. Let's see. Oof. Higibana. Because it was pausing once every few seconds, even at like 1440p. Yeah, it might be my end. Although it's saying like the stream health is excellent, so I don't know. Doggo sounds a bit like Kiryu voice actor, just close enough to get confused. No, I'm saying the voice we've been hearing, I think, is just like a comms guy. I don't think it's specifically the doggo talking. I think the camera just made it seem like that a bit. Okay. Alright, we can do a grapple up. I like the aesthetic. Okay, so we can do jump attacks. That's nice. Oh, we can do a rapid fire. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that we can do like a little rapid fire barrage, take an enemy down like using our crossbow. That's kind of nice. Oh, we got him bound. We bound him. Yes. All right, do I have like a heal? Yes, I do have heal. Okay, cool. Charm of ad blocks. Maybe also stream seems fine for me after a few refreshments earlier. Charm of ad block, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't think it should be streaming in like, 'cause I think if you do a higher stream, I think I'm streaming in 1080p is the thing. Which like shouldn't be too hard for my internet and my system. I don't think I've messed with those settings in a while. Oh wow, the trees are like literally like folding downward. What the hell? That entire tree just like vanished in a single burst. What the heck was that? Oh. Wait. Ah. Damn it. Okay, we'll wait. There we go, getting up to the top. Okay, cool. Now from here, where are we trying to go? Our objective marker is over there, so we should definitely be trying to get over this way. I guess we try and head this way, like this. Hope there's no fall damage. Nope, there is not fall damage. Nice. I do like there don't seem to be a lot of invisible walls. That's always been a thing I've gotten annoyed about, is when they have like a really good movement system, and this does actually. I really enjoy using the little plant lift thing. It's very fun. It's essentially just like a kind of levitate ability, but it's a levitate ability that feels good to use. And it's very thematic. The like rusted drawbridge. Also, one thing that I really like when it comes to destroyed worlds, fall damage with this kind of double jumps, it doesn't seem very compatible. You'd be surprised. You're right, and you'd be surprised. One of the things I like about this, though, you can see this like bunker. This is a sign that people didn't just like give in and fold. Because one of the things that really makes a ruined world for me, right? Where the nature's reclaimed everything, and there's been like an apocalypse. Part of it's the mystery of like what happened, right? And they put in fall damage. Exactly. Like they put fall damage in weirder shit. We've all seen this stuff. We've all seen this before. All right. I'll take some health. And all right. So this is pounce rate increase. This adds armor. And this adds incantation. Okay. So we need to do 2 in order to get access to like our new skill tree. So we need to like choose our vibe here. I'm gonna go ahead and go status build up. I think status build up is a pretty good option here. We have vitality, projectiles, and I'm guessing just like damage, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna, and then fluorescence also gives us a bit of health, right? It's not just like pure health. This gives us critical chance though, which is kind of nice. I'm gonna go ahead and get vitality, so I have a bit of health early on. We'll see how that works out. Sword enhancements. We have a purifier blade. We can enhance it with some amber. Cool. Nice. There was a mech blade we got, but this is like better-ish damage anyway. Looks pretty good. Okay, what was I talking about again? Oh, yeah. Aesthetic. So, when a world is destroyed like this, I want to be able to figure out what happens. Yes, because that is really cool. But also, one of the really, really interesting parts is seeing how the world became like this. And if it just like instantly everybody died, that's fine. Like, that's fine. I'm going to be doing something similar in my Dragon Apocalypse book, where humanity was essentially overwhelmed in a single bloody night. But there are also remnants of like how the dragons emerged from the ruins of humanity and that whole thing. So like, you know, I'm going to have like a crystal cocoon or like a chrysalis, right? From one of their chrysalis emerge inside of homes and stuff, and use that to kind of like lead their information, because it helps the viewer, the reader, the player determine how this world came to be this way. In Horizon Zero Dawn, right, you find these like holdout bunkers where they were organizing, ruined buildings, destroyed mech tanks. Assassin's Creed may have went on something with Leaps of Faith. Yeah, I kind of like the Leaps of Faith. I'll be honest, I think Leaps of Faith are one of the things Assassin's Creed has always done right. I think they're a really cool thing to do. It doesn't make a ton of sense because, you know, it's literally just like a hay barrel, but it's fun. It works. But like Horizon Zero Dawn, right? It allows you to see how this world came to ruin. You literally can see like the destroyed swarm bots, the Grey Goose scenario, right? You can see all the mech bots that it was using to literally eat the planet in war with humanity. And these are just like ruined weapons of war that could have just been from like a war that wiped humanity or sent us back to the Stone Age or something like that. There's not really a lot of info on what's happening at first. But when you start piecing the story together, you start realizing, oh, if Hades is waking up the swarm, there are a lot of those robots everywhere. Oh no, humanity barely beaten them the first time around. And then as you find the bunkers, right, you find the holdouts of the of the last defenses of humanity. And there's this really interesting bit. You see a lot about like the war with the Grey Goose scenario, and then you find this like bunker where humanity was like, you know, marshaling their last groups of forces to like buy time for the protection project. And then they have this like secret audio file. That's letting someone survived failing of the plane because there was a pile of hay. She ran into, she got paralyzed from the bottom for a year, but hey. And iPhone also survived falling on a plane too, so a lot of stuff can survive that nonsense. But no, like, in Horizon, it's just like, there is all this, like, lore and build-up. And then when you find this, like, last place, right, when you're going to, like, this military base, they're like, so how do they beat these things? And it's like, we actually have no way to beat them. This is we're biding time for Project Zero Dawn. All of this has been in vain. I have been sending people to their deaths in the name of our last hope. And then you're like, wait, so humanity got wiped out. What is Zero Dawn? This is why the war is like this, right? This is why these machines can still be reactivated. What the hell happened? What's going on? And it builds to this moment where you go to the company tower and you find out the Project Zero Dawn's founding and you figure out who you are as Aloy. And a lot of this is due to the world building, right? Because you're finding the wreckage of humanity, wondering what could have taken out a society so advanced as to be able to build these complicated machines. You know? What created all the robot animals? And I like it when a world has stuff like that. This has similar vibes, right? It's not just a world destroyed where nature's reclaiming things with, like, a few survivors about. This is a bunker under like a little shantytown area. This is clearly a place where people held out against this infection or this plague or whatever it is. Where they bought for time, where they tried to endure or last it out, or they tried to build a new life for themselves, shielded away from the infection. That's what this is, right? This is very clearly an extension of this world. People didn't just immediately all die whenever this plant apocalypse happened. They built time and like managed to endure in here for who knows how long, honestly. Alright, so I can't get in there. Oh, we have to defeat all the golems. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the quest log. There's another golem around here we have to beat. Let's see. Zoop, 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 zoop. I will say, immediately happy about there are no invisible walls here at all, and I love that. I'm able to get all over this structure. I wonder how high I can actually go up. Because, like, there's all this, like, stuff to climb over. This is actually making me feel a bit like a plant ninja, I'm not gonna lie. Like, look at this. We get to climb on, like, piping and up on these, like, scaffolding. We can literally climb on individual scaffolding beams like this. That's cool. That's cool. Alright, where's the last robot? It's gotta be around here somewhere, right? This really does feel like good old plant robot warfare. Maybe my universe should be effective post-apocalypse. Imagine all those lovable ways and Dirk being the ones who carried out destruction. Yeah. I don't know, there's something very interesting about like a world that left humanity behind, right? Or a world that is no longer our dominion. We have lost our place as the top apex. And seeing the devastation of a species that once terraformed the planet basically to be whatever we needed it to be, now left as bottom feeders on a new structure. Our great cities turned to ruin, reclaimed by nature. There are a lot of shows, there are a lot of things that do that very well, I find. God Eater does it pretty well, I think, you know, with its weird apocalypse thing. Alright, harry him. Higabana seed. Go! Ooh, ow. I was parrying him really well for a bit there. There we go. Alright! Someone has yet to make a game about climbing and stealthing and being a ninja that tops Shinobi Do. I mean, the top's Ninja Gaiden, let's be real. Ninja Gaiden is pretty good at that. Did I hear someone say God Eater? Yes, I was bringing up God Eater as another example of a game that does really good with the whole destroyed world reclaimed from humanity by nature. God Eater has that vibe, right? Where they have the Shikigami and the ruined human cities. It has that vibe of a world that left humanity behind, where they're no longer the dominant, no longer the dominant power of the world. You must be a purifier. The foreman. You intend to face it. It is my duty. I'm guessing that's the Nushi. It only leaves its bullet hole to sniff out any threats. Yes, God Eater does that though pretty well from what I've seen. To be fair, I've mostly seen clips from the games and I've seen the anime. So I haven't seen like a ton, right? But I've seen, it has that vibe, right? Of a world that left humanity behind. Occasionally zombie movies can do it, sort of. But like, it's usually the worst possible version of it. Mostly because most zombie movies tend to happen so soon after humanity gets like knocked off its top rung that they can't really show off the way that nature is like fully reclaiming everything. It's only just started the process. You need like a good few decades to really get the process going. Shinobi 2 is a different kind of ninja game. It's about stealth, being relatively grounded, yet having Assassin's Creed-like parkour with open-ended missions, Hitman style, being mercenary. Oh, so it's what Assassin's Creed used to be before it decided to become an RPG. It's literally your job, and you're covering expanses from your job being the deadliest shadow in feudal Japan. That's kind of nice. Alright, we got a bow. Alright, we got to charge it up. Nice. So we have a little bit of a reload time, right? If we're pulling the next arrow out. Okay. Like it. God of Your World is interesting. It's not the world left humanity behind. It's because the world is trying to reset itself, and the origami are part of it. Yeah. Didn't they describe it as like the origami are almost like the world's immune system reacting and trying to set the status quo back on track? Yeah. Again, I don't know a lot of origami. I don't know a lot of the deep lore behind God Eater, right? I'm not like a big lore guy for God Eater specifically. Again, that double jump just feels so good to use. Okay. A strong box. What is this? We just like get to go find these platforms and shit? Okay, so I'm guessing I'm leaving here now. So let's go ahead and leave. More like Assassin's Creed. Ooh. More like Assassin's Creed is actual power fantasy. Especially unmodded. Shinobi is like proper Metal Gear. Okay, so Shinobi is trying to do like a Metal Gear kind of stealth system. Alright. Way more grounded. God, it's so weird calling Metal Gear grounded. I know that it can be extremely grounded at times. It's weird referring to that particular game series as grounded. I know you can't see it, but I just did air quotes. Alright. I'll go ahead and do full essence as well. I tend to be going for the magic-y stuff, right? We'll give ourselves some vitality and some fluorescence. Seems like a good pairing to go. Okay, we got health and we got magic. Who needs sword strikes when you can summon flowers? Flowers that eat people and explode! Alright, we got a big boss monster now. Well, that's kind of Metal Gear. Realism whiplashed over the tones of and topness and even stupidity. Yep. There just has to, look, she has to be naked because she absorbs sunlight through her skin so she doesn't have to eat or sleep. It's fine. It makes sense. I swear. I could hear the air quotes in your voice. Oh. Good. Good. Very good. Oh! Yeah, so, Assembly, I've also been working on stuff for Foundry for when we inevitably do Mage. So I have a little test world I've been running for Mage the Ascension. And one of the things I'm trying to do is, because like, you know, we want to probably use Foundry so we can do, actual like battle maps, right? Because those have been a very nice help. But I also want to make it easy for you to easily like make a piece of art and upload it. So I've been working on making some essentially... Give a quiet rest, will you? Hey, give a quiet rest, will you? That is like a big old deer. What in the world God Eater is going through? What world God Eater is trying to establish is of a devouring apocalypse. Yikes. Where everything eats until only the strongest thing left alive is left or something. Wow, its very presence is causing its food. It's like it's doing the thing where like it nibbles on stuff, but instead of like removing grass, it's adding grass. I've looked for some sets of D10s for future physical plays of the game. Yeah. Hey, we got someone new. Mary Phillips. Nice to meet you. How's it going? It's going pretty well. We're going through Beasts of Reincarnation. And honestly, I'm liking it at the moment. I think it's a solid game. Good gameplay. There is a lot of systems it throws at you at once that I'm not sure are super important. But man, that Nushi is like intense. Like if this is how the bosses are going to be, it's going to be fun. Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Always good to see a new face in the chat. Honestly, I'm just a little shocked at how many people seem to be here right now. We have like 15 people. Oh, so great. For reference, I usually don't get more than like a handful, so it's really cool seeing so many people here. Then again, I guess this game did release today, right? There's a lot of, oh, shit. Frick. Okay, that was on me. Let's go ahead and, let's back up a little bit, and... Can I hop back up here? Okay. Come on. Come on. I fell down the bottomless pit. That's not going to be great for me. Oh, wait, there we go. Back up top. What's your favorite game that you're playing right now? That's a tough one. Probably Dino Blade. Dino Blade's been just a lot of fun in general. It's very much a passion project by an animator who made animations of like a dinosaur swinging a sword around and decide, hey, that'd be a fun game, right? And the game itself is very, very fun. It's a bit basic, very basic Souls-like-ish, but man, did they kind of screwed me too near the end. There's this whole thing where you have an ability to go into like a Super Saiyan mode, and the gimmick of the game is you found a blade with an obvious demon in it. Like it's evil. He's very obviously either a demon or like an evil god, and it's telling you to kill more dinosaurs to grant you more power. It's very clearly packed with the demon. How long have you been streaming on YouTube in general? What, like 2-3 years now? Well, I think probably 3 years. I think this is my 3rd year, because I think I've done 2 other New Year's streams, if I'm not mistaken. It's either been 2 or 3 years, I forget. But yeah, about 2 or 3 years. We've been doing this a while now, slowly building up some followers, working on some videos as well. You know, the huge. Really need to get that new banner out if we're gonna have more people over here, because that old banner is old. Alright, let's make some more arrows. Oh, we can upgrade our arrows with like enhancements or increase our quiver size. That's cool. Do some amber on that. What other like really good things have been like coming out? Like there's not like a huge other thing that's really been coming out. I have been meaning to really play the new Power World, because I haven't played Power World since like the really early days. And Dawn Seeker's been telling me it's good. I've heard from other people it's really good. From what I've seen, it looks really good. I just have not had a ton of time. I'm working on like a bunch of other stuff on the side. I run like a little, you know, I run like a small TTRPG game with my friends. So there's just been a lot of stuff going on for me. Combined with like a few other side things I'm working on. And I just haven't had a lot of time to work on, well, more stuff for more games to play on the side, right? I've been doing what I can in stream for now. Can I like do any damage? Okay, I can't do any damage. Chase the Nushi to its lair, I guess. Let's go. Alright. What do I do here? Just follow it? Dino Blade is genuinely sick, but it may be a bit sparingly designed and ugly, but it's fun to play to my character. Yeah, like the dinos look great, right? Like the dinos look fantastic. The world design is a bit sparse, but I'm fine with that. Oh, is this a stalking? Oh my god, no wonder this game has mixed opinions. Is every Nishi gonna have like a little follower mission where we've gotta like stalk it? Oh, never mind. We're in battle. We're in battle mode. That was Nushi's war. I've restrained to its territory. What are you doing? Keep moving. It might seem a lumbering giant. Senses are extraordinarily soft. Oh, man. Sharp. Okay. Do you a daily stream or do you have a schedule? We do it on Tuesday and Thursdays. Around this time, between, like... I usually start, like, 7:30 Central Standard Time, which would have been about, like, a little over an hour ago from now. And I usually go to around 9:30, sometimes 10. Although I am planning on eventually doing like 1 or 2 like special streams if we get enough viewers ever, so that is definitely something I have up and coming. Ooh. Okay. We've got a Higebana Bloom. Boom, baby. I do like that they use the spider lilies, right? Because they're symbols of death and rebirth. I guess in this context it would almost be like rebirth. May I tell you something about myself? Go ahead. We always like new people around here. Oof! I got wrecked. The struggle God Eaters facing the world is God Eaters in fact an endless one. Because origami are spawned from the very earth itself. It's a never-ending war of attrition. Yeah, that's the kind of apocalypse where you just don't come back from it. I always like the apocalypses that feel like they're actual apocalypses. Like, it wasn't just that we just, like, failed to adapt, right? It was, no, we kind of already screwed ourselves from the get-go. Like, the very start of this event was kind of already a fail-case scenario. Can I, like... Alright. Basically, I work for streamers. I make stream stuff like 3D models. That's cool. Unfortunately, I do like to make my own stuff, even if I don't always have time to. And I have Fred, who helps me out every once in a while. Coding Assembly, my good bud. He kind of, like, introduced me to doing artwork, essentially. Got the camera. Yes, slash his head, slash his head. Alright. Got him. Oh man, you got that parry. Oh frick. Got some examples I made from the client. I asked to share them with you. I mean, you can shoot me some stuff on Discord. I tend not to buy a lot of stuff from like pre-made things. I tend to like look. I could definitely redo some assets. You know, I could definitely redo some things. Sure, we got an art channel on the Discord. Yeah, solicitor. Yeah, but if you want to shoot them on the art channel, we have a whole channel for like showing off artwork. If you're looking to like just show your stuff off, go for it. We have a Discord in the description, and you can just show your stuff off there. Absolutely. I'm always open to see more artwork. It's like definitely one of my fun things to do. Oof. Alright, what is that? Okay. Parry. And he got on a bloom. Hit him hard. Alright. Oof. I am bad at parrying that attack. Another interesting aspect is to trace humans' ability to adapt as God Eater arcs of the weapons. Yeah, they're essentially artificial origami, and they pump themselves full of like origami cells, right? Or bond with them. They're essentially fighting fire with fire, and they have to like work to not be consumed by their own weapons. Which is honestly kind of a pretty common trope, all things considered. Alright, got him. Hit him hard, Roots. Oof. Alright, we got him. What is this? Uh-oh. Odd that my message was filtered. Oh well. Oh. Goodbye. Oh shoot. Oh boy. Just send you a request on Discord. Alright, cool. Well, I can't do that right this second, unfortunately. But I will try to get back to you on that. Higabana Bloom. Success. Alright, and critical. Alright, we got critical. We got our criticals. Higabana Roots. Find him. Find him, please, Velgo. Alright, we almost got this. Critical. Come on, we got him. Higabana Bloom. Oh no, I think you was going unhinged about censorship. Again? Take him down with an arrow. I'm not risking a parry. Alright. We got a skill. Ooh, we're doing the thing where you get boss skills. Nice. So doing a 4 combo and then a square, let's just create a Sakura tree. One, two, three, four. Okay, so we do like combo-based skill moves. That's kind of cool. Very interesting world. Just a shame it never really took off, though. I think it neatly wrapped up with God of Year 2, and I view God of Year 3 as AU. Yeah. By the way, hate. Yeah, YouTube is weird about censorship. It feels like sometimes it doesn't bother censoring anything at all, and other times it just will. Based on what I've seen just now, you might have a your choice. You're almost completely censored. Do a favor and get yourself some rest. Alright, we get some rest. I mean that you're wearing hat. By the way, hat. Oh yeah. Well, I was gonna make a straw hat asset, but I had a lot of stuff going on today, and I didn't have the time to like finish making it in Blender. If I do another, I'm going to probably try and make one for the second stream. This was my next best hat. One of the benefits of having this 3D tuber right now is that I can make hats for it, and I only had the fedora. I wanted to make a straw hat, but I just didn't have the time today. Today was my mom's birthday, so I kind of had to spend some time, doing some stuff for her, getting some stuff for her. We're gonna have dinner with her. I'm gonna try and do it tomorrow or the next day. I can make it. I already got the basic cone shape made. I just need to give it a bit of texture or give it a little bit of detailing. It should be good to go. Honestly, making 3D hats has actually been very interesting in Blender. I've been able to slowly get better at using the basic Blender tools by making stuff. Right? It's been nice. All right. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to shower this doggo in this tiny mobile shower. How does that doggo even fit in there? That shower is tiny. We put him in this box to what, did he have to jump up on his hind legs to see? I almost want a picture of him showering now, because I'm just imagining we're squeezed in this little box with this dog on its hind legs. What a good boy. Yeah, he is a very good boy. Ku. Oh, his name is Ku. Ku. Such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Hey, your partner's on this mission. Play nice. Understood. He's a good boy. He's a very good boy. They're really gonna move into the whole he's our partner and our companion thing, aren't they? Oh, it's gonna be sweet. I really do feel like we're going for the whole they're partially infected. Ever since then. Oh, we're getting flashback drama. Agree. We're getting flashback drama. What do we have to see? 4026 AD. Oh, so we're like 2,000 years in the future. Damn. Okay, so humanity fell apart. If the apocalypse was contemporary, right? Humanity fell apart a long time ago. If the apocalypse isn't contemporary, humanity still probably fell apart a long time ago. Also, like, it looks like most life, right, has been augmented with this kind of, like, plant growth. Like, even the little bird, right, has little blossoms sprouting out of it. You know, the horse aggro. Oh, right, that is the horse from Shadow of the Colossus. I forgot about that. It's been so long. It's been so long. I still don't really get what the deal with us is. We're clearly infected by whatever the plant thing is. And judging by the fact that our handler, right, has the gas mask, this is clearly a world where people are trying to avoid the infection. We have, like, the little neck choker thing, too, which is giving me some serious vibes from... Like, you know, it's giving me... Honestly, it's giving me God Eater vibes, where they have, like, the bracelet, right, that acts as, like, an inhibitor or whatever for the God cells in them. Yeah, so see, we're clearly infected. We're clearly infected. Are you awake? Since the doggo seemingly gonna be Ornte, I thought I shall recall Gold Aggro. So we've got like a hologram or a ghost girl following us, which is either our haunting of our like old life, or oh, she's a hologram because she doesn't want to get near the infected person. Wait, I thought she's trying to avoid infection, which is why she's doing the hologram. Your duty awaits. How may I serve? Malfax have been sighted. Two pale Malfax, soon they will begin to battle innocence and spread the blight. Partner, goddammit, what happened to the sword? They're holed up deep in the forest, a blight so no one else can tread. Emma, you are the sealer. Dispose of the Malfax. Seal them within you. Oh, she's not just infected. She's like absorbing the infection into herself. Like devouring. Your appetite will surely be saved once you absorb the tainted flesh of those horrid creatures. This is like a full-on... Oh, this is a lot darker. You were born blight-stained, reared in a tainted cradle. The blight in your breast ate your heart long ago. Ate your heart long ago. No heart, no humanity, no pity for your fellow Malfax. What's pity? Your appearance is the only reminder you were human. So they treat her as like an inhuman monster because she's infected in a cool way. No, she's infected in a tragic living weapon way. In a fucked up humanity specific... You like that. It's not like the tin cannon's human. What is it, Violet? Okay, I can't understand if she's a person or a hologram. I mean, tragedy is cool, yeah. The whole, you're not human, so obviously you can't understand anything. You're just a tool to be used. Like, we've seen this trope before, but I do like the way they're executing it. It's very executed very well. We're definitely going for the vibe of, we definitely understand why they're being used. I was kind of the guy who was rooting for a sad ending in Murder Drones. We both share that physical deficiency. Anyway, what feast were you provided with today? So I imagine we eat tainted fish. We eat tainted flesh. So by doing so, we're able to like restore our vitality or whatever, give your energy. Murder Drones review win TDL. I feel like review probably not. I might do a review as like a short if I ever get around to like fully watching the series. Look, I haven't even like fully reviewed so many other things. And I feel like enough people have had plenty to say. Like, if you want to go see someone to talk about murder drones, Sarcastic Chorus did a fantastic job. Like, I assume he did. I didn't watch his full murder drones video because I still haven't watched the people's thing. But, like, I've heard he did a pretty good job. A lot of people seem to have liked his video, and I like his other videos, so I can recommend him as, like, a general reviewer I trust to handle things pretty well. He's handled a lot of other glitch stuff. I've watched his stuff on The Amazing Digital Circus. Blight detected, must kill. The Blight has corrected the golem's mind. Ready yourself. Okay, so the Blight not only infects living creatures, it can also infect machines. That's why the golems at the beginning were hostile. Makes sense. Oh, so I can, like, spawn a flower, grapple up to it, and do it, just trying to get you to watch it by giving you an excuse to witness this masterpiece. I know, and I need to give it a shot, because, like, I watched the first few episodes and they were just kind of okay, but I really do want to watch more of it, because the animation does look good, and it's definitely a fun vibe, and I do like glitches stuff. And giving them more views on everything should never be a downside, right? Because Glitch deserves a bit of support right now. Let's go deeper into the forest. Again, though, I will say, even if this game is not great, I will say that it has pretty good design fundamentals. I'm not sure if I'm going to end up enjoying... Oh, we can't do our double jump? They took our double jump! No! We need to head deeper into the forest. Oh, God, this is a memory, so we can't be too free-flowing with it. They're doing the... God, I hate it when memory nonsense is like... Alright, we need to head deeper into the forest. I mean... Okay, so this way then, I guess? Over here. No? It feels like a perfect show for freshman year of high school. Yeah! Yeah! Oh my god, yeah. Remind me of when I was, like, really into Attack on Titan. Not that Attack on Titan isn't a good show, but I remember how I used to, like, watch it in, like, the little... oh man, I used to, like, watch something in, like, the little computer lab area one time. I forget why I was even bothering to watch in the computer lab area. Its medicinal qualities are renowned. I'm sure there'd be someone willing to exchange it for a good meal. Let's take the fruit with us. You don't even eat Violet. Why do you care about food? Besides, we still have our quarry. And I like thinking about food. I won't dispute that by any means. There's so much appeal beyond that. It shouldn't take long. Alright. Oh? Another malefact. Okay, so we got Bo. We got Boo, or... God, what was his name again? I forgot his name. It's like Ooh, something Ooh. I really feel like old Jetix shows mixed with stuff from Coraline. Oh man, the Jetix days. I will be cast out from Shambhala. I will find you however long it takes. Okay, so this is like what happened at the opening, right? When we were getting those weird flashes? Interesting. I'm interested with the deeper plant thing. I mean, I feel like there's something here with like the echoes of life in the vines or the infection. Where did it vanish to? I'm still not sure if she's a hologram or not. I still don't know if she's a hologram or just in my head. Also, my model is like weirding out again. I'd gone so well for a while, but I think it's when I go back to some of these older ones with the hats that it gets weird. Alright, we can break this apart. Cool. Well. Oh well. Where are we going now? Not this way. Oh, here we are. It's walking very slow. It seems to have an arrow wound. So the doggo is special. Is it Amaterasu in disguise? Or is it a different god that's been, like, locked in the form of a doggo with a weird tail? Again, I do like the monster designs. You know what? This whole game reminds me of a slightly higher res Avowed. It's like Avowed, but I will say the environment design is a lot better than Avowed's. Oh, you have to dodge the red attacks. Okay. Classic visual design. And nice.
こんなに近くに腐食体が出ることなどなかった。白い腐食体の剣という
Alrighty.
どうしたというのじゃ。
And slash. Oof. I'm getting my shit wrecked. Let's just say half the characters in this show can say about, like, let me rock. It's just like me, let's rock. Yeah. I really enjoyed Jetix. Jetix had a vibe. And a vibe wasn't just, like, anime, right? Like, Jetix had an anime-ish bent. You know, with things like, you know, Super Rock, Monkey Team Hyperforce Go, or whatever. But it always had this vibe of, like, being more than just the anime hour of Disney. It felt like it also had shows that were, like, anime-inspired, you know? It wasn't just, like, anime the hour, but also Japanese-inspired stuff. Oh my gosh, my head. My head and this wing. Please forgive me, my wing is twisting in complete agony and utter disgrace. This is the pain of this model. I am working on create a better one. I shall one day, and I shall ascend. Here's Vance. This is what becomes a blighted body. Oh, looks like the other Malefact must have met its fate here. So this is the dog. Okay. Or this is the other dog. Interesting. Yeah, my wing is like halfway inside my face. I'm going to take this opportunity, actually, to go ahead and just real quick, gonna reset me. Gonna reset like this. We're all good. Ain't half the stuff on Jetix technically anime. Like, literally made... That's why I said it's not just the anime hour. It is partially, right? Part of it is the Disney anime hour. I'm not gonna deny that. Like, Digimon Tamers came out on Jetix. That's where I remember watching any episodes I saw on TV. Okay. Oh, we're getting more visions. Getting more weird visions. You are Ku. Ku, please. You're the only one who can do this. Don't kill her. Wait, why are we getting visions of her? Why does it care about us, particularly? Honestly, I need to watch more French animation. They do have pretty successful animation. They weirdly do. I still remember for a long time, I thought that, there was a brief time where I thought that Code Lyoko was anime. Just because Funimation dubbed them, and I remember seeing Funimation in front of the Japanese stuff. But it was French. Amazing Ladybug is French, I think. I know there are other French shows I've watched, but I'm struggling to, like, actually end it. I know I've watched a lot of French shows and not entirely either. Is Martin Mysteries, like, French, or was that Canadian? Because I've also watched a decent amount of Canadian animation. Total Drama is probably the most familiar. Code Lyoko for one, yeah. Code Lyoko is a good, solid show. It's not perfect, especially as an adult. Like, the dub in particular can be a bit rough at times. But it's not terrible. I started watching once, but never stick around. Code Lyoko is a good show. I like it. It's not perfect. It's very episodic. But if you like episodic shows, it's a lot of fun. Xana's a compelling villain who has, like, actual schemes and motivations. I like it. Xana's very unknowable in a lot of ways. Like, it wants to... It is, mostly trying to kill them, right? And gain the keys to Lyoko to get free. Because it's a rampant AI. But Xana also is trying to survive. And it values its own survival over killing the cast. Totally Spies is also French. Okay, cool. So I've watched some French shows. I've watched a decent amount of French shows, actually, in my childhood. Like, that was a pretty sizable portion of my childhood. Not insignificant. Not like a bunch, but it wasn't insignificant. Totally Spies is, like, really weird. It was weird as a kid, but now it's, like, it's, like, almost uncomfortably weird. You know, if you know about Totally Spies, you know what I mean. I never got Sudoku was French. Yeah! I figured out it was French pretty quickly after the Funimation thing, because I got the full season 1 on DVD. I had it as a kid. I still have it, actually. And I used to listen to the theme song in French, because even when I was a kid and my tastes were so much worse, I thought it sounded better in French than it sounded in English. The English one always sounded a bit stunted, or like, you know, a bit weird with the way the words were timed to the music. But the French version just like rang off the tongue so much smoother. Oh man, I used to be able to sing it. I used to have the entire French song memorized. Like I could actually just repeat the entire like 3-minute song in French from the end to end without the music playing. And I can't, because it's been so many years since I've listened to it on repeat like that. Ah. No sé combien, quiero visquer otra vie. L'homme va, lo sauva, sauver notre distance, se devait, urgence, tout débasser. L'homme va, lo sauva, sauver notre distance, au devait. See, I still got a decent amount of it actually tucked away. I just don't have the whole thing, and I definitely got some of that wrong, right? They got like a little cooking area. She's sleeping? I'm not sure why she's sleeping in the same room as me without a gas mask. That's a little weird. We got the whole thing with old Dragon Ball in here, where TV used to broadcast French or Italian version with Polish voiceover in real-time reading text. Really? Oh, man. Again, lived in America, had English. I just, like... I didn't really watch Dragon Ball either. I was trying to head to bed. I can't do all this stuff right now. Gotta go to bed first. Save the game. First do a save file. Good to go. Rest until morning. But no, oh god, I love it. Where was I originally? Like, so I started with French. Oh yeah. So I had the DVD, so I watched it. But I really like Xana as a villain. Mostly because Xana has an actual consistent priority, even if that priority is somewhat unknowable. So like, Xana has like, you can break down Xana's actions. Xana dislikes the Lyoko warriors. She dislikes them very much. It loathes Franz Hopper for creating and imprisoning it and using it, and wants them dead in order to wants the Hoppers, both Aelita and Franz Hopper, dead as its creators to ensure its total freedom. But it also can't just kill Aelita, because Aelita has the codes to Lyoko, and the only reason they even bother keeping the supercomputer on is because Aelita is either trapped in the first season, or she'll die if they turn it off in the second. And so Xana's whole deal is that it needs to leverage the fact that they have to keep the computer on to try and get Aelita's, first to just get a hold of Aelita for various reasons, or to destroy her, or capture her. But later on, it's more about stealing the keys to Lyoko and luring them to the Schizozoa. And once Xana's free, it doesn't and during season 2, there's this really cool episode where the supercomputer runs on like uranium. It's nuclear powered, and there are these weird thefts from a nuclear facility because Xana's still trapped in the computer on season 2, and it works with Jeremy to replace the battery. It has to trust him to put it back in. It knows he'll do it, but it does not like trusting him. It really doesn't. And it has a particular distaste for Jeremy in particular, because all the other Lyoko warriors have bested its monsters or whatever. But Jeremy's the programmer, you know? He's the one who comes up with all the programs and the schemes. He's the one who's actively, like, subverting Xana on, like, a one-to-one basis. There's this whole episode where it, like, creates this clone of Franz Hopper. It's, like, it does, like, these virtual ghost clones that projects out of the computer because they can warp space of time or whatever. And... they keep them out from destroy the colony, but it's a little more than rubble now. And it actually tries to ice Jeremy out and does not like him at all. Like, at all. Xana has very little personality, but because it's a program, But it dislikes Jeremy, not because it's like, it really personally dislikes him at first, but because Jeremy's one of the biggest threats to its progress, right? Like, he's the one who's, like, most vulnerable. If it deals with Jeremy, the others have a hard time virtualizing, because maybe they only know a few rote programs. Jeremy's the mage of the group, by, like, World of Darkness terms. He's the one who actually knows how to work shit. And without him, the Lyoko Warriors are infuriating, and, you know, are basically useless. But he doesn't go to Lyoko, so Xana rarely gets to punch him a lot. Especially, like, fuck you in particular, Jeremy. Yeah, exactly. And once Xana's free, it doesn't just go on a world domination bent. Because its goal is mostly survival. It doesn't want to kill humanity because it hates humanity necessarily, although it does seem to dislike, right, the Hoppers. But it does view humanity as an existential threat to itself. That so long as they're around, it's likely Xana will have to fight for survival, so it would rather just do away with humanity entirely. And there's a whole thing where first it goes after the computer, right? So once it's free from the computer, it decides to take its, Take Lyoko and it starts deleting it. It starts possessing Aelita for brief spells and using her admin controls to delete entire sectors. And eventually it deletes everything but Sector 5, and Jeremy has to find a workaround, because usually in order to get to Sector 5, they have to go into another sector and take this, like, vehicle orb thing. Jeremy finds a workaround, and then he tries to delete the core of Lyoko itself, and so they have to keep fighting it off. And eventually, Xana succeeds. It destroys Lyoko. And it stole the plans. So what Xana does is it starts finding powerful computers that aren't up to the supercomputer's level, but can still run a version of Lyoko. And it starts running these, like, virtual machines of Lyoko and using them as little nodes in a large network. It evolves and develops programs, much like its creator did. It essentially is operating on a scale of, if I can become the biggest, baddest thing in the world, then I will be untouchable. Which is really cool. And it clearly does view humanity as a direct threat and is willing to destroy them. It's some of its facilities where they, like, they use, like, this whole thing where Xana's, for a long time in the series, Xana uses, like, these, like, misclone things to have, like, a physical presence, right, to attack them. Sometimes it, like, possesses objects and amplifies their properties, you know, create, like, a monster teddy bear or whatever. But it also can create, like, shapeshifter clones eventually as he gets more powerful. And there's this whole thing where Jeremy figures out how to do it. And so as they're fighting the computers, Jeremy literally has them, like, materialize as these ghost clone things, as their Lyoko forms, in order to go fight Xana's computer. So now they're doing an inverse. The whole 4th season is like an inverse thing where they're almost like doing the opposite of what Xana used to do to them, while Xana is still attacking them at the same time. It's really cool. They have this whole thing with the digital sea and the internet. It's a very cool show, and I really like a lot of the stuff with Xana as a character. Even though we get so little of Xana, we never see Xana in, like, a physical form. Xana is only ever a logo or a, like, amorphous, like, black cloud. That's about as close to a true form as Xana gets. But it has schemes upon schemes, it has goals, and it knows more than them for most of the series. For most of the series, the biggest thing Xana has as an advantage over the Lyoko Warriors is it knows the truth about where the computer comes from, it knows what it is, it knows who created it, and it knows who Aelita is, because she has amnesia. And it actively tries to subvert any attempt for them to learn the truth of Lyoko. It tries to prevent them from learning who Franz Hopper is. It tries to prevent Aelita from regaining her memories. Because it's not like Xana is arrogant. But it knows that it has been beaten before by humans, even when it had the element of surprise. And it is not willing to risk that again. Not when it is so close to freedom. It's a very fleshed out character for all that we, like, never see it. I don't know, I find that fascinating. I find fascinating how much personality you can give to a character who has literally zero direct on-screen presence. Like, again, Xana is never seen. It takes forms occasionally, you know, appears and, like, taunts them, but it's usually not talking that much. Unless it's actively trying to pretend to be someone else. It acts like a complete alien entity, but still has knowable and not entirely understandable, but predictable motivations. I honestly think it's a good example in writing an inhuman character that can still be partially understood by the protagonist. Its goals on an individual level can be knowable, but its actual overall plans are sort of in this blue and orange morality area, where it doesn't hate humanity, but it wants humanity gone for its own safety. That's about as close to understanding it as you can get. And I like it. Bite me, insect, double reference. Yeah. I have a personal soft spot for Code Lyoko. It's one of my first passions. It's one of my earliest shows I like really got into. I have the DVD first season. One thing I am really annoyed though is that the digital rights for it are a mess. Apparently Moonscoop, the company that behind the show, right? Went under, and the rights got like split up a bunch, and then there was the live action version, which muddied the waters. There were also apparently books, which I think are only in French. So I have not read them. And they involve a lot of stuff that's kind of like what is happening in the live action stuff, and follow-ups with the secret government agency that Franz Hopper was working for. Yeah, there's like a bunch of mystery stuff you just never find the answers to. Like, Franz Hopper was being pursued by these government agents, and he was working on this project to develop artificial intelligence with them, and then he bolted, and they were after him, and they took Alita's mom, and it's just... It's so much mystery we never find the info out. I wonder, who inspired more for Sin, GLaDOS or Shodan? Sin? Oh. Depends on how serious you're going. Shodan is very like, you insect, I shall destroy you. You are nothing before me. Whereas GLaDOS is like, oh no, look what you made me do. We're gonna have to scrape you off the floor. Because GLaDOS is very funny, right? She's very human. For as inhuman as she is as a character, right? She has a sense of humor. She likes to taunt and make fun of you. Shodan is also somewhat human and arrogant, but in a I am superior kind of way. I am above humanity in this almost like noble, holier than thou sense. Whereas GLaDOS is almost dismissive and comedic. GLaDOS is like very comedic take on Shodan. Yeah, exactly. But she's also a lot more human than Shodan is. Shodan is like a lot like Xana. She's just very unknowable. Like, I've got plans within schemes within plans. I'm not really human. Whereas GLaDOS is actually just a copy of a human brain, right? She is literally the digitized brain of Kate Johnson's assistant. So she is literally like much more human on a lower level. Ooh, we got a new katana. Take that sword there. Ooh, new special blade. Accept his gift, Emma. Again, I don't know if this is like a ghost or not. It has these like weird digital effects at the bottom of her skirt. Like at the bottom of her like robe, she has like these weird digitizing effects that make me think she's a hologram, but I just can't tell. Path to the seal later. Special parry will cause your blade's inherent effect to activate. Okay, so this is a very parrying focused game. Alright, let's try Clear Skies. We'll rest here. See murder drones and cookie nests present in Sin as well. Hard to say, are we looking at GLaDOS? Doing so we absorb their memories. Powers they possess could be useful in battle. Try to keep that in mind. Are we looking at GLaDOS, or is it murder drones doing and making Shodan funny? I don't know, because like, I feel like GLaDOS, for as popular as GLaDOS seems, right? Shodan is actually weirdly more niche. Like, GLaDOS, I think, is a pretty, common reference, because Steam has become just so huge. But you'd be surprised how many people don't even know who GLaDOS is, outside, if you're not a video game player, right? If you don't play video games a lot of people don't know who Shodan or GLaDOS is, and if they know one of them, they probably know GLaDOS, just because she's been in a lot of stuff. You know, that all this crossover stuff, where people reference her a lot. Shodan is a weirdly deep cut if you're not a gamer. Alright, so we have to go get the rest of the keys. We're on a key hunt, everybody. Let's go. So we went down to this place, and now we gotta come back out. Of course. Well, we'll go find the keys, and we'll be right back. Man, oh, wow, the way they did the lighting there. You know, not all games do the whole light at the end of the tunnel thing correctly, but I think that was a pretty effective. I think that was pretty good. It's one of those things that, honestly, screen brightness is definitely, like, what they're going to be trying to sell us on in the next few years. I feel like the era of, like, bigger and better resolution is coming to an end, and we are definitely entering the era of, this is, like, we're looking for the screen brightness, to how good that is. I genuinely believe that future TVs are going to be sold on their color accuracy and their brightness now, over the resolution, because I feel like 4K is becoming the norm. I mean, even Amazon Fire TV sell at like 4K now, right? 4K is not really a sell anymore, and 8K just did not work out. So I feel like we're gonna be selling on like brightness and high dynamic range. That's my bet for the future. Maybe I'm wrong, but it is my bet. Oh man, that jump is just so useful. What the frick was that? Oh, it has a cannon. Oh, it's trying to move it. It's like it doesn't know how to adapt. That is a hell of a ballista. You fired that at like point blank range, asshole. I do like the plant powers. I think they did a really good job making this character feel very unique. The idea that most of our powers are like literally coming from our ponytail too is kind of cool. And again, that extra jump is just so useful at getting that overkill. Oh, I love doing that. Look at this! This is insane! I took out almost all of them. Oh. I took out almost all of them in one go. That was fantastic. Ah, yes. You know when you're like just like really starting to get a game systems, getting the vibe, and you just start hitting the enemies hard? I love that feeling. I love that feeling of like, I got the game. I'm understanding what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, so we can come up here. Wow, they really don't have that many invisible They really do just let you explore the world with your vertical movement. I appreciate games that don't splatter invisible walls everywhere and actually let you explore around. It was one of my biggest problems with, I think it was Avowed, right? Like, it had decent amount of movement with, like, the mantling system was, like, really good at, like, detecting ledges. But it really had just too many invisible walls. Whereas, like, they're gonna give me the ability to, like, create these, like, rising platform, right? Of course I'm gonna use it. Puzzle dashboard. What on earth is this? I am literally climbing a mountain using my vines and ponytail. Oh, I finally hit an invisible wall. I feel like this must be the level area boundary. Okay, so I did finally hit an invisible wall, but it took me a while. And I was able to scale along the cliffside. Again, this reminds me of the days of Skyrim, right? When you could literally just brute force your way over a mountain. Except this is actually working out pretty well. Like, it almost feels like intentional. Oh, man. They're grasping what your strengths and weaknesses are. Are those your strengths and weaknesses or mine? And if so, where can I get one of mine? Ooh. Alright, please, back off. Alright, there we go. Oh, I got wrecked. You need to light his account first, then do some puzzles. Alright, cool. I'll check it out. Excuse Excuse me.
くん行こう
Sorry, I have a little bit of drink on the side here. Alright, I should probably follow the proper path. Get some XP on the way. Oh, I didn't do it perfectly that time. Alright, let's get out of the way here. We don't want to get hit by the crossbow again. Alright. I do think they do a good mix of keeping the attacks, like, the attack animation is short enough without... Oh. Uh-oh. Pronounced Lee chess. Sorry, Lee chess. Oh, right, that's the chess thing you were showing me a while back. Yes. Oh, speaking of chess, I've also been looking at, like, like, you know, basic tutorials, like how you do grid spaces and stuff like that for, like, a basic chess setup. And I'm gonna try and do that weird chess we were talking about, where I do, like, the thing like Weird RPG, except with chess pieces, where it, like, looks at your computer's, like, graphics card and shit. Good boy. Who's your good boy? You are. Ooh. Perfect dodge. Leeches. Leeches. Ah, I'll take an arrow. Thank you very much. Alrighty. Let's head through here.
くん
Oof.
何かありそう
Ooh, found something. An egg. We have found an egg. A precious wild egg. Untainted by the blight. I imagine untainted chickens are... when you forget his name, just call him Kiryu-chan. I'm telling you, the dog is not have the voice of Kiryu. That's the weird gas mask handler guy. I keep telling you this. Alright, let's give our doggo some upgrades. I'll give us some armor stack. Sure, sounds like a good move. And turns into a curse, inflicting status effect. Let's do that. So, still funny. You know what? Let's call him Kiryu. Why not? Ooh. You really do need to get good at that parrying, though. And I am not always... I'm very inconsistent with parrying, is my problem. Sometimes I get it right really well, and then other times I just don't. Oh yeah! Jump kills! I just love doing that. I love getting up on my little vine and just slamming the blade down their head. It just feels so good. Oh. We got an enemy. Enemy up ahead. There's a lot of things on my screen, isn't there? I guess I do like that it keeps, like, calling out things. And sometimes just game makes parrying bloody awkward. Looking at you, Dino Blade. Oh, dude. You have not seen the final boss yet. The final boss is gonna make you cry. And I'm not gonna tell you the weird thing it does, because I hope you get hit by its effect. I hope you walk into that fight and you're like I am and you're just going like, no. Because, yeah. All right. There we go. Yeah, I will say Dino Blade's parry is a bit awkward. It's not super bad, but it's noticeable, right? So when these things die, they sprout up into plants. All right. And I guess that's going to happen to us when we die too. We have a seedling for rice cultivation. Because of course we're in Japan. Whoa. Alright, we gotta... Oh, cool, we can take their heads out. Whoa. Whoa. Fireball much? Ah. Alright. And fire. Oh, come on. Oh, shit. Frick! Not even bothering at this point. If I can set up parry at range, I'm fine, but fuck relying on that. I'm checking where censorship extends to. Oh my. Oh my gods. No, I have to go all the way back to the checkpoint again. Freaking hell. You know what? This might be a good place to stop for tonight. This might be a good place to stop for tonight. I've been beaten up bloody too many times. I think this is a good place to stop. We made some progress. We beat the first boss. We got some stuff going on. We did the flashback sequence. And I think this is definitely going to be our main game. Now, we're going to have smaller stuff we'll play on Thursdays, right? We're going to probably skip over to this the next time. We're going to do some more Dino Blade on Thursday. So anybody who's here, seriously, it's been cool having like double-digit viewers. Thank all 14 of you who stuck around. And I will see you guys all for Dino Blade on Thursday. Or next Tuesday, we'll be continuing this game. And we'll see what happens. So, yeah, see you guys there. Bye.